kas yra šioje salėje lietuvių kalba. Tai mes, kaip jau minėjome, savo tarpą turime buvusią Amerikos ambasadorę Lietuvoje, Anne Derse, ir šiuo metu norėčiau Anne Derse pakviesti tarti žodį.
Ačiū labai, ponės ir ponai, gerbimi svečiai, laba diena. Aš esu Anne Derse, buvusi Amerikos ambasadorė Lietuvoje. Ir aš norėčiau, man buvo labai didelė garbė, kad prezidentas Obama paskyrė mane atstovauti Ameriką Lietuvai. Ir man ir mano vyrui labai patiko dirbti ir gyventi Lietuvoje. Ir šiandien aš džiaugiuosi, būdama čia kartu su jumis, ir turėdama galimybę pasveikinti jūs šioje svarbioje renginyje. Ačiū labai. Kalbėti lietuviškai ilgai ir dėl to jums leidus dabar aš norėčiau tęsti angliškai. Thank you so much for your very, very warm welcome. And let me say what a great honor it is for me to be here today. Why? Well, first of all, I loved my experience in Lithuania, and it's great to be in a Lithuanian environment again. But even more importantly, every ambassador knows that the heart and soul of the relationship between two countries is not between the two governments. Governments come and governments go. Ministers come and ministers go. Ambassadors come and ambassadors go. But what always endures as the foundation for really strong relations between two countries are the people-to-people ties that are represented by all of you here in this room. And I wanted to recognize that because I found as American ambassador in Lithuania that particularly in the US-Lithuanian relationship, those people-to-people ties are so important, absolutely crucial. And it's your work, it's your continuing attention to the relationship that makes such a big difference and ensures that we have this strong relationship. And we all know what's happening in the region today. We all know that there are new pressures that remind us of old pressures of the past. And we know how important it is that the people in this room remain engaged with the relationship and keep building the ties between our people, keep them strong, and also how important it is to hear your voice in Washington, D.C. And I'd like to make just 2 points before I sit down that we can talk about later at dinner or during the coffee breaks. One of my signature initiatives as ambassador to build strong ties between our young leaders was an exchange program called the Excel Exchange Program, which provides scholarships that brings young Lithuanians to America to live for 1 year with an American family and go to an American high school. That program celebrates its 5th year anniversary this year. It's been a great success. We brought 6 kids on average every year for the past 5 years from 13 different towns in Lithuania, not just Vilnius. About a third of the students come from Vilnius, but the rest come from small places like Plungė and Virščinas and Lemperis, and a lot of about 13 towns. And they go to 15 states in the United States, not just New York and Los Angeles, as nice as it is, but to small towns in Alabama and Indiana and Iowa. I would like to talk to you more about that program because we need to strengthen it so that we ensure that our young people know about each other's country and that we have ties between our young leaders. And I have some very good news on that front today. The Kaziskis Foundation this year gave us a grant for $75,000 to begin to bring American students to Lithuania. So we're now going to have a bilateral program. While we bring Lithuanian students here, Americans will be going to live with Lithuanian families and study in Lithuanian high schools in Lithuania. And I want to tell you that the kids who come here from Lithuania are the best ambassadors you could hope for. They go to small towns where people couldn't even perhaps point to Lithuania on a map. And they are required to give presentations about their country. And they are helping spread the word about Lithuania. And they do such a great job at it that we get more requests for students from Lithuania than from any other country. So it's a great program. I'd love to talk to you more about it. The other point that I'd like to make is how important your voice in Washington is. We know what a role the Lithuanian American community played during the period of getting Lithuania into NATO. We're coming into a period, I believe, where that voice will be equally important. Living in Washington, I attend many conferences, I listen to the wise people analyzing developments in the world. I think we're in for a tough period. And having the voice of Lithuania and the other Baltic countries raised again about the importance of the relationship is crucial. So I'd be happy to speak to any of you about that as well. And let me just close without being too long and say thank you so much for the honor of attending this forum. I look forward to speaking to all of you, and I hope you have a very, very successful meeting. Thank you.